Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to ATM10 To The Sky. Now, last episode I did say we get into productive metalworks and do some gears, but we've got a little bit of a pressing matter we need to take care of first, and that is power over here. Our power is rubbish right now. It is... it's not handling when I've got this running over here. By the way, I did go and get myself a wither data model, and this thing right here is amazing because it gives you wither predictions. You actually need it for the ATM Star, so that is really good. Plus this witherless rose right here, that one right there, if we have a look, I made one of those as well because I needed it, because it means you don't get wither, so it's awesome. It's so good. I was looking for like a ring that you could wear, but I think you could probably make one from silent gems or whatever it's called, but I don't know. I just decided this thing had that you don't have to, you don't get wither with it, so I thought I'd just make one, and it was easy enough. I used my wither popper that I've got over there. You know, this thing. I also I expanded this. Everyone told me that I needed to expand this a little bit. So there's like one extra layer where, you know, they spawn in, like the slimes can spawn in basically now, and they won't fall out. Not that they did before. They just didn't decide to spawn in and fall out of the whole thing before. But I thought I might as well do it anyway because I got so many comments on it that I was like, might as well. Why not? So, yeah. Anyway, this thing over here has been doing absolutely fine. I set it up so there's a big chest in here. You can barely see it because, obviously, if I hold this, you can see it. There you go. Yeah. Putting the dark glass here. This is from Glass Essentials. Now, I thought that this wasn't in the pack, and I got corrected by someone in the comments. So thank you for telling me that this was in the pack. I don't think it was in the beta pack. I could be wrong, though. I'm not sure. But yeah, this thing runs, and we can actually smoosh like a bunch of this stuff down to get like loads of, you know, the different things. The only thing I will say about this whole setup right here is you don't get gems. And that is why I've got this open bit here where you can like, actively punch them. So, yeah. Also, I'll show you real quick. I accidentally mined it 1, 2, 3 times. Damn it. Anyway, so today we're going to get into the best power mod in the game, which is power. It's not the best. I know people really like their mechanism, really like their modern industrialization, extreme reactors. There's loads of them, but I really like power, so we're going to crack on with that one. Oh, you can even see that I wanted to get the crystalline thingy right here, so we can get ourselves some vibranium. I am planning, by the way, on doing bees for vibranium because they're really, really good. Lasers are probably pretty good as well, thinking about it. We could probably do lasers. Is the pickaxe... Is it part of... Oh, it's not even in the lasers yet. Oh, that's good then. Our plan to do bees was a good idea then. That's good to see. You can't get the unobtainium smithing template yet. I should probably mention this in a video at least. You can't get the unobtainium smithing template. You can't get to the other or the minor dimension just yet. And chapter 2 isn't out yet. A lot of people were saying that, what do you do after chapter 1? Well, there's so much to do in this pack, honestly. If you follow along with what I'm doing. By the way, we could finish this right now if we wanted. We just need 2 wheat and... Is that all we need? We got 6 seeds so far. We need to get ourselves 8, don't we? So fingers crossed. There it is. And then I think the final one... Oh, actually, we need to get some... Okay. Final one is we need some bread, which we actually get from the quest, if I remember correctly. There you go. And then we can also just grab ourselves a slime block. I think we've got a slime block. Slime. Got enough to do a slime block, yeah. Just from killing stuff. Is that not the end of the... What am I missing? I always do this. I'm so bad at this. Oh, there it is. It is that. It just took its time. Love it. Nice one. Right, so we've done that now. Let's crack on with a little bit of power. Because I like power. I think it's a good mod, if I'm honest. So what we're going to do at power, well, you can tell already because I'm already over here. I am going to set up a autocraft for like an absolute ton of stuff. Right, here we go. So we got dielectric paste. We've got all of the capacitors. Some of these are a bit interesting. So we got the nitro one right there. These have got new textures. I'm not sure I like the new textures. Although, I don't know. They're growing on me. Let's just say that. We've got the dielectric rods. We've got the good old rods right there. We've got the dielectric casing. We've got the energizing orb. And we've got all of the different good old rods right here as well. I'll show you actually if I put the nitro one in, for example. The nitro one takes the spirited right there. And then the spirited takes the niotic, and the niotic takes the blazing. Blazing takes the hardened. Hardened takes the basic. Basic takes the starter one to make. It's the same when it comes to the reactor. So I've got the starter reactor because you have to use the starter reactor in the recipe for the basic and so on and so on. So if I want to make myself a nitro reactor, we'll probably just end up with 2 nitro reactors and call it there for power overall as well. We're getting loads of uranite or uraninite, however you want to say it, from sand anyway. And we've got sand just like being sieved and stuff over here. Once we put those together, by the way, I could probably get even more stuff. Right now, these have got no power because I had to unplug them because they were just hogging all of the power. It's not them. I think it's this. This right here takes like, yeah, 256 worth of 2560 worth of power. There's a lot of power right there. Anyway, these ones are just going to go right in there. I'm so annoyed that it didn't do that then. Ah, okay. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to automate the orb. So I need to make one of these right here. Energizing the orb. What do you mean we're out of clay? Oh, I haven't put a recipe in for clay, have I? If we do clay. Crafting recipe right there. We could just do a crafting recipe for clay. Easy enough. By the way, it didn't even put them in the right place. Like, they're all over the shop. Like, there's only 3 here, and then there's some down there. It's because each one of those blue ones, I think, is like a crafting... Like, it's one of the pattern providers. I can't flipping find a pattern provider now. One of these bad boys, isn't it? But with the 4 slots, so that's all it counts, basically. So if you shift-click them in, they'll just go randomly. Anyway, so we've done that now. We can do at power again. I can make myself an energizing orb, just a single one. And I think we could probably make the basic... Is it the basic or is it the start? I think basic is better than starter, right? Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. So there you go. There's one basic rod. Now, I'm tempted to just make 6 and get it over with because I know we're going to need 6. Should we just do another 5? Why not? Yeah, go on then. Yeah. When I was playing the beta, I will admit, I did get to this point. I got like loads of the power stuff set up. And for some reason, the rods were behaving oddly. Let's just say that. Let's get a flux point, and we'll use that to power these for now. There we go. Right. We also need... Let's just get a regular old pattern provider. We don't need a good pattern provider. We just need a, one. Because there's not many recipes for this. Now, before we do it, let's actually program the... Yeah, we'll get all of the recipes for this as well. At... power again. We need to keep that. Like, maybe I copy that. Keep it in our... Yeah. So we can now just paste it in. Job done. So, we want to do each one of these right here. So, energizing steel is going to be that recipe right there. We've got blazing crystals, which I think we'll do this recipe. Actually, that recipe is pretty good. Pretty good. Because that way we don't have to convert them, do we? Anyway, so we can put this recipe in, we could put this recipe in, and then we could do finally this recipe. And I don't know what we should do unless there is an all the compressed blaze rod block. I might do just that recipe right there. I think that's all of them, by the way. So what we can do is over here, I'm going to grab a bunch of cables, and I'm thinking... I don't really want to put it at the back there. We'll put it over here somewhere. You know what? We could literally just stick it there for now, couldn't we? And we could put the energizing orb right on top. We do need some way of getting it out of this, though, don't we? We can also say... locked without redstone. Locked until the primary result is returned. And then we can use a modular router. I warned you guys that I overuse modular routers because I love them. They're so good. We're going to get a pillar upgrade. We're going to get... I really need to automate those as well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go automate modular routers real quick. Right, these are the ones we've got. We've got a blank module, which apparently I didn't already have. I've already got the speed upgrades in there. So I must have just not done the blank module. So blank module, we got the puller upgrade for Mark 1 and 2. We got the sender for 1, 2, and 3. That needed a recipe right there for the ender chest, a regular one from Minecraft. Got a stack upgrade right there, which needed the stone brick. Easy enough, innit? So, from here, I can do a puller. I don't do sticky pistons. Oh, damn it. Okay. Let's do sticky pistons then. I thought it was being so clever with that one. Oh, well. Stick that one there. There you go. And now can we do it? We only want one, but it will make us 4, which is fine by me. Because we'll definitely use them. I'm also going to take a sender. I'm going to take 9 of the speed upgrades, and I'm going to take 6 of the stack upgrades. Why is it taking so long for the 9? Ah, because it actually has to go over here. I've automated this, by the way. No, this, sorry. The assembler. So it's making that. I've also automated the foundry, which is how I got loads of netherite. Because the foundry, netherite, like this, if we have a look. If you do it in the foundry, someone actually told me about this. I think it was on stream. Yeah, it's just 1 netherite scrap and a piece of gold. Gets you a whole netherite, which is so good. Anyway, at modular routers, we want that one and that one. And then we want that one as well. So the whole point in this is right here, what it's going to do if we put these ones in. So I'm going to put them in order like that. What they're going to do right here is it's going to be locked. The crafting is unlocked right now. Until we say, go do a thing. And then what will happen is, let's say it tries to do the nitro one, for example. It won't do anything right now because I've put it on locked until the primary crafting result is returned. It won't do anything until the 16 nitro crystals go back into the inventory right here. So let's say you've done, I don't know, a stack of nitro crystals. It will put all of the bits in there. So a nether star, 2 blocks of redstone, and a blazing crystal block. It will just put those ones in, and then it will get all crafted up and everything. And then all of those bits will be pulled out thanks to the modular router. So I'm going to say pull from here. And the modular router is actually kind of clever. Actually, I think it's the orb that's clever. That doesn't release its items until it's like a completed thing, if you know what I mean. So that's going to go into the modular router, and we're going to use speed and stack upgrades. And then we're going to use the sender upgrade to send straight back into the pattern provider right there. So that way it goes into the return inventory and it completes the craft. And then it is allowed to go and send more stuff. So if I give you an example, once I've put this one down. So I am going to need 1, 2. We could just put it here, I suppose. Yeah, stick it there. I like doing this with my my flux points. I call it the flux point hedgehog because it looks like a little bit like a hedgehog. You stick them right like this because it's all like spiky and everything. There you go. So these things right here actually power this right here. Oh, and you are set to, yeah. Also, I will say that these rods, they've been nerfed a little bit, so they actually can't take like an infinite amount of power like they used to. They've actually been nerfed, so they can only take like a certain amount, which is super annoying. Like right there, you can see that's not even full up yet, and that's got power going into it. And if we have a look, that's power surge and everything. If I put this one on power surge and bypass limit, you can see, okay, they've just hit, but that one's not going up like ridiculously quick like you'd think it would. So yeah, super annoying. Anyway, if we want to do rod again, I want to make the next one up, which is the hardened. In fact, I might go straight for the blazing rod right there, which is going to be 2 of the blazing capacitors per rod. And we've got 6, and we're going to upgrade them as we go. So that is going to be 12 of the blazing capacitors and 12 of the hardened capacitors. So if we do the hardened capacitors first, we want 12 of those. It's going to make 24 energized steel, which is one of those recipes in there, right? So we can go start, and you can see, there you go. It's actually, it's using quite a lot of power right there, as you can see. These are all charging up again now. So there's the 12. I'm going to ask it to make me 12 of the blazing capacitors. That was super quick as well, right? But this is not going to be as quick because it's going to require a lot more power. There you go. And now it's going to start flickering because it can't take a bunch of power anymore, which is super annoying. And I did get the comment. I mentioned this in the ATM Discord, and they were like, just add more of the rods. But that's not the point. It used to be different. It used to be that they would instantly fill up with power, especially from the flux point. I don't think it's a flux point thing, because I did try it in my beta world. I tried it with like a cable and everything, and I tried it up against like a magmatic, and it just didn't want to pull any more power than it already does. I don't know if that's a bug. It might be fixed by the time you guys have got your hands on it, but yeah. All I'm thinking is by the time we get to like Spirited and then maybe even Niotic, or sorry, Nitro, we should be okay, I think. Anyway, we still need to make 19 more of these blazing crystals. So I am going to leave this alone for a bit because it's just going to suck all the power out of... It's not even going to do that. We've still got loads of power. It's just these things are rubbish. Right, let's get the manual from POWAH. I want to see if they've changed it. So it wouldn't be... Okay. It's not items, is it? No. Functional blocks? Energizing. There you go. They have changed it. So the maximum input and output. Ah, it's part of POWAH now, is it? Ah, well, at least we know that. At least we know. It used to be that they could just take, like, an infinite amount of power. I suppose that might have been a bit laggy, so maybe they've done this for a reason. So, anyway, that means that, yeah, once we get to Nitro, we can get cracking, if you know what I mean. So, that'll be fine. This is still going there. How are we doing on these? We've got 10 left. Right, I did actually end up just upgrading these to the hardened version. And, yeah. You can't actually, if I put all of these in like this, they've got MBT data at that point, meaning that they won't autocraft, which is kind of annoying, but it's all good. So what I can do instead is I can grab one of these and I can do this. I made all of the dielectric casings that we needed, and that will work right there. So now we've got the blazing ones. I'm going to upgrade these blazing ones to Niotic, and then I'm going to do... I'll tell you what, I'll be back when I've got the Niotic ones. Right, this is the last little bit that we needed to do, and we've already got 8 nitro capacitors. These are a bit cooked now, aren't they? The having just 6 of the rods. This used to be the meta, at least for me, at least. I couldn't be bothered to make like a massive flipping thing for just power, like the rods at least, right? I did it in like one series, and I didn't see the need, if I'm honest. But now I do see the need to make like an absolute ton of these rods. Like you could fill this entire back wall with rods, have them powering one of these. Because they need the buffer power, because they can only take 40,000 FE per tick. Oh, never mind. It might be we're out of power now. That actually makes more sense, doesn't it? Anyway, we've got some nitro stuff now. Did you see that right at the beginning there, where it was like doosh, 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 doosh? That was getting all of the blazing crystals for the blazing crystal block right there. It's pretty cool. And I will say they're not as expensive as you think, because you get 16 out of them. Whereas the rest of them, you don't get 16, do you? You only get 1. There you go. I'm going to set the craft off now for making a nitro reactor. Right, we are done. We are done making this reactor. If we do reactor, we've got 36 of the nitro reactors. Amazing. Now, I've done a little bit of prep whilst that was happening. That took rather a long amount of time. It also drained all of our lava. And I will admit, I ran out of power with the ME over here. So I made another magmatic, and I filled this one up with lava, and I basically had the exact same setup as I had over there, just to power that thing. I might get rid of it afterwards, because, yeah, I don't think we'll need it. Anyway, over here, what I did was I set up, these, by the way, are glass trapdoors. I set up a extractor thing. So, in the stream, I believe we did this. We got ourselves a blue ice, which is what that thing is down there. It's blue ice. And we got a load of blue ice right there, actually. So we could have used this. But I kind of like this being in our system. And this over here not being in our system. And what I was going to do was I was going to get this thing to fill up a compacting drawer. And then I'm using a modular router to pull out all of the blue ice that it makes. So obviously there's 9 of them here. So it should make a packed ice every... I don't know how long it takes, actually. No R in ice. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. If we go over to the extractor recipe, which is that one. Every 4 seconds, we get basically a packed ice. So whatever 4 times 9 is, that is 27 seconds. Yeah, 27 seconds. We'll get ourselves a blue ice. Now, the best coolant that you can make for a reactor from POWAH is dry ice. And to make dry ice, you need to use 2 blue ice. You put 2 blue ice in, and then you into one of these power orbs, and then you give it some power. I didn't think about that. We might have to make another set of rods. Not rod. That one. Just 1 extra rod. These have all got full power in them right now, so you can see this thing is kind of insane. It goes like ridiculously quick, and then it finishes off by doing that. There you go. And now these are all going to drain all of the power out again, which is absolutely fine. We're fine with that. Because we're about to set up our reactor, obviously. So let's use another flux point. And I'm literally just going to stick the flux point right there. Because what we can do is put the rod upside down. And we only need 1 rod because this obviously... You're not going to get any power, are you? And also, I kind of want to put a pipe there. No, we're using a modular router. It's all good. Anyway, this one is pulling out just blue ice from this compacting drawer right here. This one is going to send into the energizing orb. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but you can see that there's 10 in there right now. It will try and send all 10 in there. And obviously, the recipe is only 2. So you need only 2 in there to make the dry ice. So what we can do is, you might have seen it already, the regulator augment. So if we put the regulator augment in like that, and we just tell it 2, this thing will only send stuff in here when there's less than 2. And if there's more than 2, it won't send anything, right? At all. So if I put this in, I'm hoping, there you go, only sent 2 into there. And then we just got to wait a bit until this has got some power. Obviously, we just used a bunch of power in all of these, so these have to charge up as well. We could technically get ourselves a flux plug. It's like one of the ones that I didn't actually bother automating because we don't really make flux plugs that often. But we could also tap into the power over here, is what I was thinking. There we go. That might have drained out a little bit of power. And put some in here. There you go. You can already see this thing is filling with power. And there you go. It's going to pull it out and put it back in. Cool. I didn't show you either, but I've got another modular router hidden down there. The good part about modular routers is you can hide them in like just the walls or wherever. You hide them places. I like to keep them out though because I like the look of modular routers and I really like using them. And obviously I have to explain it to you guys as well. So there it is. So yeah, this thing right here is going to get us some dry ice. If we do dry ice, we've got 6 already. And they don't take that long to like... Well, they take ages for it to like finish, if you know what I mean. Anyway, over here, if I dig down... Is it that one? No. Where's the... Oh, I'm over one. That's why. That one. There you go. I am going to go and put my reactor right in the corner here. I might actually move it over one, so we'll put it right here. So the plan is... right there is where we're going to put an exporter, or an export bus, even. You tell I've been playing with refined storage. Right, I'm going to quickly cable all of this up. Cables. And I'm basically going to set this all up before it can do anything, basically. So if we put this here, we put this on top like that. Now, I'm going to make a couple of recipes because I haven't got everything in drawers yet, I don't think. We have got the redstone blocks already. Coal. We don't have the coal blocks. Maybe we have to put a... Yeah, we might have to make a compacting drawer for that. Piece of coal. And because we got it all set up like that, it's going to just drain out and give us a bunch of coal blocks. And fine. Wait. Can you put in... Is uranite? Uranite might be a thing we need to do as well, actually. All right. What we need to do is on the export bus right here, we need to tell it block of uranite. We need a block of coal. What else do we need? Redstone. And we need dry ice. There we go. You can see I was planning, technically, I was planning to like do like a pattern and everything for this. And then I was like, nah, we'll just set it up so it's... Is this passive? That's what a passive thing is. I always get confused about what passive means. Because everyone was just like, whenever I ask, what do you mean by passive? They're just like, just do it passively. I'm like, oh, thank you for that. It doesn't really explain what you mean by that, but still. Anyway, we pop that one there. And then the final thing to do before we do anything is we need to get a bucket of water. Because you only need one. And I am going to place this right there. And what is awesome is it sort of places all of them down at once. Love watching this. And then when it's done, we want to instantly stick a thing of water in there. There you go. And I also want to turn the auto mode on right there as well. So, and I'll probably help it along. Redstone is going to go right there. We've got the blocks of coal. We need dry ice. And then we need the... Oh, you can't put uraninite in there. Blocks of uraninite. Okay. Good to know. Let's change that out then to just regular old uraninite. Uraninite. That one. Bump. And then I'll also put some acceleration cards in there, because why not? Just makes it a bit quicker, doesn't it? So we can put that one in like that. And now we've got a decent amount of power. Literal power right there. There you go. 500,000 FE per tick, which is not bad. Yeah. And then what I can do is that plug. I'll just nick the one from over here. And you know what I might do as well? I might get rid of this magmatic. Don't need it now. We could always use that for some self-sufficient sort of thing later on, couldn't we? If we wanted to. So let's put these ones away. I'm going to put that one in there. Plug, you're going to go over here. And I'm going to put you there. There you go. So that is now... Why are you only outputting 500? I guess we could almost make a second one of these. What do you think? Should we make another reactor? I want to see how... Oh, it's still going to take ages though, isn't it? Oh, well, I don't have... I'm missing another star, so never mind. We can't do that. Anyway, that's a decent amount of power. That's all we really needed was a decent amount of power. You can see it's even stopped right there. Max extract is 2 million FE from this, so per tick as well. So it's not too bad, is it? All of these are full up. We just need that one more. How are we doing over here? Oh, yeah, you're not going to get us any more. Oh, I can finally plug this back in. Eh. By the way, the priorities on this thing are rubbish. I've set this one to -1, meaning I don't want it to come to here. If you know what I mean. I would rather it not use this one if other things are struggling. And I've set this one over here to, what, 9,001 or something? 9,001. Highest priority should win, right? But it doesn't seem to. it doesn't want to come here. It always goes over to that one. So maybe I tried swapping it around and it didn't work either. So I don't think priorities really do anything right now. I don't know if it's a bug or something, but yeah, there we go. Decent power. That's what I wanted to see. Now that we've got a little bit of decent power, what I was planning on doing is I was going to put this back to the way I was, yeah. So if we have a look in here and we go to singularity, we can make a singularity, but you can see it takes 16,000 bytes right there because it has to store 16,000 cobblestone to then use that 16,000 cobblestone. So this thing is going in, and there you go. There's our singularity. But let's say we want to do the quantum core thingy right there. It's like, why do you say you've got no crafting CPUs available? Ah, do you know why? Because it's too big of a craft. Yeah, you can see it right there. It takes 3 million bytes, or nearly 4 million bytes. And I think a lot of that is purely because of the singularities that we're going to need for this. Basically, we need 250 of these singularities. Maybe 251? Yeah, 251 overall. So I'm going to type that one in, and we're going to get it on the go. This button right here is also really good. When you get down to below 70%, it kicks back on. Whereas if you're above 70%, it's just like, nah, I'm not going to burn anything, mate. So, and no, wait, I think if you're above, if you've just gone above 70%, let's say you're on, you know, the number 69, nice. And yeah, it will go all the way to the top and then it will turn itself off. I think that's how that works. I don't think it hovers around 70%. I think it tries to go all the way to 100%. Once it gets to 100%, it stops completely. Until you get back down to 70%. That's how I remember it. I don't know if that's exactly how it is right now, because there have been changes, right? But that's how I've learned it. This thing is a beast. There is the other thing that I probably should mention, which is the thermos. Now, a lot of people will prefer to use the thermos right here, because they literally take water to run. So you could put in literal water into this, seed oil, biofuel, witch water, whatever, but water is like the only thing, right? You could put a blazing crystal underneath and it will produce power, and it's super cheap. And you know what, we might as well set up a couple of these as well because they're so cheap. 4 of those, please. Blaze blocks, yeah, these crystal blocks we're gonna have right there. Beautiful. That's going to go on there. We also need a variable card. One of those bad boys. And we chuck that one in. I think this outputs infinite water now. We can do interface, 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 interface. And have we got any thermos now? Oh, we've got all 4 of them already. That was super easy. Awesome. So stick that one there. And it's got water, and it's making 5,600 FE per tick, which is not bad. It's not actually that bad, is it? For free, basically. It's basically takes a bit of water. So if you're hurting for water, then you shouldn't be, because we've got the sink, which gives infinite water from cooking from blockheads. So yeah, and then that one as well is outputting. So we're getting about 20k from this. Which doesn't sound good, does it? It doesn't sound as good as the 2 mil that this can output. And this can generate near enough 500k. It's got the dry ice as well, which kind of helps right there. But still. By the way, you only need 1 bucket of water. Don't set up a sink and then like auto push it into this. Doesn't need that. You just use the bucket of water at the beginning and you're set. That is all we've got for today. We've got a decent amount of power now. We don't really have to think about it for a little bit at least. We might have to later on. Especially when it comes to doing some mechanism stuff, like high-end mechanism does need quite a bit of power. We've passived over there the ice as well, which is always good. We made some thermos. They're not as good in this pack. I think they actually got a nerf, which was very much needed because they were just stupid OP before. And I really like that the reactor got a buff because it deserved it. So There it is. Anyway, I'm going to call it here for today. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.